Assalamu alaikum students. As you know that our current chapter is taxonomic hierarchy. We already discussed some important topics of this chapter, and our today's topic is the status of virus. And in this topic we will see what is the status of virus, or in which system it is classified. First of all, we will see some characteristics of the viruses. It is a non-living structure. It is not considered as living organism. It is non-cellular because it does not have cellular organization. It contains a protein coat called capsid. Its DNA or RNA, its genetic material is enclosed in a protein coat. That coat is called capsid, and its nucleic acid contain a core containing DNA or RNA, one or the other at a time, not both at a time. And it is capable of reproducing only when inside a host cell. It reproduces only when it is present in a host cell. If it is not present in some host or in some other living organism, it is not able to reproduce. It cannot multiply itself. Now we will see how it is at the borderline of living and non-living organism, or what is actually the status of virus. It is present at the borderline of living and non-living object, how it has some characteristics of living organisms and it has some characteristics of non-living organisms. What are the characteristics of non-living organisms? How can we say it is non-living? And what are its characteristics on the base of which we say that it is living characteristics? It has a crystalline nature. It produces a crystal structure on its outer outer layer, or it form a capsule like crystal on its outer side. So it is called non-living. When it forms a crystalline structure, it is non-living. It is acellular because it does not have cellular organization, or it does not has organelles like cells. It does not have reactions inside it like a living cell. Now, what are the characteristics of living organism? It contains genetic material, that is DNA or RNA, on its, which are encased in a protein coat. That is the character of a living organisms. It reproduced in living organisms. When it is present in host, it reproduce, it multiply, it increase its number in living organism, and it cause many diseases in living organism. So these are the two reasons on the base of which we say it is non-living, and these are the two reasons on the base of which we say that it is living organisms. And the as it is present on the borderline of the living and non-living, so it is not classified in any kingdom of classification. It is not included in 5 kingdom classification system. So we consider it as a non-living. It is not classified in any kingdom of classification on these living and non-living characters. Some acellular other particles, some other particles which are also acellular because they don't have any cellular organization, and these are prion and viroids. They are acellular. These are acellular and not included in 5 kingdom classification. These prion and viroids are also not included in 5 kingdom classification system. Prions are composed of proteins only, and viroids are made up of circular RNA, and both these cause diseases in plants. So that is all about the status of virus and some acellular particles which are prion and viron. Now we will see what is binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is a method of scientific naming of living organisms, in which living organisms are named scientifically. Binomial, we will see in the next lecture how they are, we give some scientific names. Now we will see what is binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is actually a method in which scientists suggest scientific name, and this scientific name consists of 2 names. First is the genus name, and the second is species name. Both these form the scientific name, and that system is introduced by scientist Carolus Linnaeus in 1707 to 1778 AD. That was his time period in which he gave us the binomial nomenclature, by which we name scientifically all the living organisms. That is all about the status of virus and binomial nomenclature. In the next lecture we will discuss the detail of the binomial nomenclature, its rules and significance. Thank you.